Why are we even talking about breathing and sleeping? Did you know that mouth breathing was that damaging and detrimental, especially for those of you who have children? Do you find this to be true? Wait a minute, I could stop snoring? Yep, all of that from breathing wrong. Let me tell you, I was really afraid to do it.
Tall, short, skinny, fat, Gigi, Giselle, Miranda, Chanel, you gotta get back. You gotta get back on that model's diet. That model's diet. That model's diet.
Hey, I'm your host, Nina Daniels, and welcome back to Models Diet Podcast, your source for the latest and most intriguing trends in self-care. So this is the show where self-care meets high performance. And you guys already know the vibe here. We're not just talking about looking good on the outside, but building strength from the inside out. We want to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves from inside so that everything is glowing. Melissa did say I was glowing today. It's that sun. It's that suntan. Although I did get a little sunburn, I'm not gonna lie, on the back of my neck. Wasn't wearing sunblock. And yes, Black people need to wear sunblock too. And yes, we do get sunburned too. So just in case you didn't know that, yes, it happens to me every summer because inevitably I forget. I'm not gonna lie, I forget. And I am enjoying the sun until I realize my neck is on fire. And today's episode might sound a little bit out there. I'm not gonna lie. It may sound and look super weird, but I promise you, it is a total game changer. And I know I probably say that a lot. But to be real, everything we do on Model's Diet is super exciting and super unique and different, which is why they're all kind of game changers. But this one shocked me. It did. And it shocked me for a number of reasons, which I'll get to later. And we're talking about something that seems almost too simple to be effective: mouth taping, nose breathing, and why getting optimal sleep might be the most powerful self-care move you make this year. I am not playing. I know. I am not playing mouth taping. And you know what? I don't have the package here, but they're going to show you when I tried mouth taping and what it looked like. It was crazy. Skinny Confidential, they always talk about mouth taping. I always thought it just seemed like something that you would die if you tried to do it. I mean, would you die if you mouth tape? Can you die? I don't even know. But it looked like you could literally die from doing it. So I was very hesitant to try it. But since I knew we were doing this episode, and Melissa, she loves that if we can do the routine ourselves and try it out before we share it with you, even better, because we can save you the time. So this was one I kind of pushed the episode until I could try it because I really had a hard time finding the mouth tapes. I thought Ulta would have it in the store or Walmart. None of them had it, but Target happened to have it in stock yesterday. So I bought it online, went and picked it up in the, pick me up drive-through thingy, and was able to score it. Before we move on to mouth taping, if you are loving Models Diet Podcast, we would love for you to subscribe. Yes, hit that subscribe button, like and comment. It really helps us grow the show, and we are trying to keep growing. I know we're a new podcast, but we would love, love, love your support. Why are we even talking about breathing and sleeping? Why is mouth taping even important? Because there's no amount of cardio, protein shakes, supplements, diets that's going to save you if your sleep is trash. Let's be real. And your body is stuck in 24/7 chaos and stress. And that's a big thing. I always thought sleep was overrated. As a native New Yorker, we are running on the New York Minute. Always moving, never home. We actually take pride in saying we hardly sleep or barely sleep, that we're always doing stuff. But it catches up to you not sleeping. Like I say, since I've gained weight, I feel like my sleeping patterns are worse and breathing patterns are worse. So let's be real. We spend so much time obsessing over macros, what to eat, prepping meals, pre and post workout, blah, blah, blah. But how often do we think about how we're breathing and how deeply we're sleeping. So I have a Tempur-Pedic mattress, and when we got the bed, it also gave us an app. I think it's called like Sleep It, or I'm not sure what the app is called. Yes, I've been sleeping, not the best in the last couple years, but when I do get really good sleep, or I think I'm getting really good sleep, I look on the app and it would say like my deep sleep wasn't that great, but I thought I was getting really deep sleep. So it was interesting to track. We would try to compete with each other and see who can get the highest sleep score, and which is always a lot of fun. And that might really be a really good challenge to do, is to see how many nights in a row I can get above 75. I think 75, you get above 75, that's like green. Below that, excuse me, but below that is like poor sleeping. So I think if you get 75 or above, it's like a green, it turns green. That means it's good. And I try to get as many green in a row and try to like not break my streak. So I think I'm gonna try that challenge again. So hit me up on Instagram at Danina Daniels and check out my stories. I'm always posting about what I'm eating, how I'm working out in my stories, and what I'm doing, and any challenge that I'm doing. So please go check it out. And I think it might be my next challenge, is seeing how much sleep I can get. So this might surprise you because it definitely surprised me. But something as simple as breathing in your mouth at night can trigger inflammation, poor digestion, low energy, facial bloating, anxiety, brain fog, and even weight gain. Yep, all of that from breathing wrong. I lie to you not, I promise you. And I have to kind of believe that. I really do. Because, like I said, when I had my inflammation issues, weight gain, inflammation, all the things that we're talking about right now are all the symptoms that they are saying, that they are mentioning right now. That is not a coincidence. Before you think this is some woo woo or TikTok trend that is just psycho and crazy, there is some science to back this up. Okay? So let's break down the science and the expert backing behind it. Mouth taping and nose breathing explained. Here we go. So, what exactly is mouth taping? Okay, it's literally just placing a piece of medical tape over your mouth. It's literally just placing a piece of medical tape over your mouth. So, it's literally placing a small piece of medical tape over your lips before bed to keep your mouth closed and encourage nasal breathing while you sleep. Let me tell you, I was really afraid to do it. I thought it was, I don't know, I thought it was gonna be like really tight and suffocating. But the brand that I got, I really loved it. It's really soft. And I thought I wasn't gonna be able to make it through the night doing it, but it was really actually kind of nice. I know, it was kind of nice. I don't even understand how to explain it. You just have to try it. So it's a simple, non-invasive technique that encourages nasal breathing during sleep, says Dr. Rizwan Mahmood, dentist and co-founder of Rude Dental. This helps redirect breathing through the nose, which is believed to enhance well-being, promote deeper sleep, and reduce snoring. And I have a confession. I hate to admit this, but I snore. I did not snore before, but since I've gained weight, I now snore. And it's embarrassing. As a girl, I don't know. I don't know. Do any of the other girlies out there feel embarrassed about snoring if you snore? I really feel embarrassed that, like, my husband snores, but he's a big man. He's like 6'5". Yeah, he could snore, but I don't want to be snoring. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed about snoring. I hate it so much. It's like, I don't know. Girls shouldn't snore, is what I was taught when I was being raised. I'm sure that's, I was obviously wrong because I do snore. My mother snores. I know that much. But I just didn't snore for so long. I took pride in the fact that I was not a snorer. And now that I do, it was so I mean, that's kind of what made mouth taping intriguing to me. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm like, wait a minute, I could like stop snoring. So then I started to think, you know what? I kind of really want to try this. This sounds really intriguing. And I know it sounds weird, right? But that's what I thought too. But then when I started seeing it everywhere, sleep coaches, performance athletes, influencers, even scientists were recommending mouth taping. Here at Models Diet, we had to look into it. And let's talk about why. The benefits of nose breathing at night. Now, as a former D1 athlete, Breathing was so important when you're running, jumping, doing the heptathlon, especially the 800. We are always taught to breathe in our nose and out our mouth. But if you can control your breathing, it keeps you calm, especially when you are struggling and that monkey jumps on your back in the last 200 meters of the 800. Can I tell you how much I hated the 800 meters? It was horrible. But if you just kept your breathing together, relied on your breathing, it gave you the calmness and the strength to pull through. Because pull through is exactly how it felt. The benefits of nose breathing at night: one, it boosts oxygen efficiency. And I know this to be true. Like I said, as an athlete, we depended on breathing, learning breathing techniques, breathing well in your nose, out your mouth. Really, really important. Yoga, um, really important. You know, when you do the ooh, I should do that all the time. That just felt so good. Like when I think that's Bikram, when I was doing Bikram yoga, I'm sure other yoga too, they do it as well. But I remember like really doing that breathing and just feeling so much oxygen going into your body is so great. When you breathe through your nose, your body produces nitric oxide, a powerful molecule that helps you dilate your blood vessels, improve circulation, and deliver oxygen more efficiently throughout your body. This means better recovery, energy, and immune function. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, aka rest and digest. Mouth breathing triggers the sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight response. Nose breathing does the opposite. It calms your system. I told you that. It makes you calm, lowers your heart rate, reduces stress, and supports deep healing sleep. According to CNN.com, nose breathing also moisturizes incoming air, while dry air breathed in through the mouth can irritate the lungs, says Dr. Raj Dasgupta, an associate professor of clinical medicine, pulmonary critical care, and sleep medicine at Huntington Health in Pasadena, California. That is long. Do they even know their own title? I mean, can they really say that? That's a really long title. Associate professor of an associate professor of clinical medicine, pulmonary critical care, and sleep medicine at Huntington Health in Pasadena, California. Oh, I miss California. I love Pasadena. Oh, shout out to California. I miss you guys. I hope you guys are building the Palisades. Malibu, I hope you guys are rebuilding well out there. Altadena, all of that. Nasal breathing may lower blood pressure by increasing nitric oxide and compound in your body that can be helpful for keeping your blood pressure under control, Dasgupta says. In addition, breathing through the nose is relaxing, which is why it is often recommended along with yoga and meditation as a way to promote sleep. I just told you, I used to do, when I was doing yoga a lot, breathing was a big thing. Breathing is really, especially nose breathing, it sounds like it is the foundation for relaxation, meditation, and to reduce your stress. It enhances facial structure. Ooh, we like that. And reduces inflammation, which of course is how I even got on this train in the first place. So reducing our stress, reducing our inflammation, these are all things that are super, super important. I mean, y'all, chronic mouth breathing, especially during childhood, is actually linked to narrow jawlines, recessed chins, and crooked teeth. How can mouth breathing be related to crooked teeth? That's crazy. I've never heard of this. You guys tell me, hit me up in the comments. Did you know that mouth breathing was that damaging and detrimental, especially for those of you who have children? Do you find this to be true? Well, even for my adults out there, is mouth breathing that bad? And I'm going to tell you, but no, I'll wait, because we have to figure out by the end of this episode, is it a model or bottle it type of thing? But I need you to stay tuned to the end to find out if we are going to model this or bottle this. You already know, I know what I'm going to do, but I want to hear about you guys. I want to hear if you think this is something that's sustainable and that you would also try yourself. So hit me up in the comments and let me know. Breathing through the nose helps filter, humidify, and regulate air you inhale while supporting healthy tongue posture and facial development. I mean, breathing, I can't believe this. Prevents snoring, dry mouth, and sleep apnea symptoms. Nose breathing helps keep your airways open and reduces vibration in the throat, aka Yeah, snoring. It also prevents waking up with a dry, sticky mouth, bad breath, and that groggy zombie feeling. And I have to say, this is, oh my God, this is so true. When I woke up, my mouth felt great. It felt clear. And because I have like sinus, which was not here a little while ago, early this morning, and is now starting to creep back in, but it went away. I've only done one night. I am going to try, and I promise you, I'm going to check back in with you guys. But like I said, hit me up on at thenina.daniels.com on Instagram, and I am going to try mouth breathing. I'm going to try to do it every night, and I want to see if all of this clears up. And if it does, if it changes anything. I didn't use my aligners last night because I was afraid that I was going to die and get smothered to death. I don't know why. I felt like aligners and taping your mouth up at the same time was just a little bit too much. I mean, I couldn't do all that. But I will say the tape was super soft. Um, it was super comfortable. And I think I slept pretty well. So I'm going to try my aligners tonight. I'm going to put the tape back on and see if I still have the same calmness and peace or if I'm going to feel like I'm suffocating. And I hope it's the former, not the latter. Who's talking about this? What experts and celebrities are promoting, bragging, and just taunting the mouth tape nose breathing experience? James Nestor, author of best-selling book Breathe: The New Science of a Lost Art, did a 10-day experiment where he blocked his nose and was forced to breathe through his mouth. His blood pressure went up, his sleep quality plummeted, and his anxiety spiked. When he returned to nose breathing, everything normalized. Guys, it sounds like something we all should be doing. Unless, of course, you're a master nose breather and you don't breathe in your mouth and you are doing great, you keep doing you. But for some of us, with me, aka myself, I think this is something I have to keep doing. And my favorite, Dr. Andrew Huberman, who I always say, look, here on Model's Diet, I'm a comedian and we are here to enjoy all these amazing self-care trends. But if you want to know the science, if you are a science nerd like my husband and you want to know what's going on for real, check out Dr. Huberman's podcast. That's right, Stanford neuroscientist behind the Huberman Lab podcast talks in multiple episodes about how nasal breathing during sleep supports hormone balance, immune function, and even testosterone levels. Men, that's for you. You might want to try this and keep that pecker pecking. So Brian Johnson, now, from my biohacking, cold plunging, cryotherapy, sauna, contrast therapy, you know how much I love that stuff. The anti-aging biohacker spending millions to reverse his biological age, mouth tapes religiously, no surprise there, and credits sleep optimization as a core part of his daily protocol. NFL players, Olympic athletes, and even celebs like Gwyneth Paltrow, which we know Goop. Gwyneth Paltrow only does the best. Whether you love her or hate her, I love her. She always finds the best way to optimize her health. And Joe Rogan have either endorsed mouth taping or work with sleep coaches who recommend it. There are sleep coaches? I didn't even know that until I started doing research for this episode. Sleep coaches? We have a coach for everything in America or in the world. I guess it's throughout the world. We have a coach for every single aspect of our life. I don't know how we would function. Well, most of us do function. These are celebrities and really wealthy people who are getting sleep coaches. And that's why for us here at Model's Diet Podcast, as much as we love the luxury lifestyle, as much as we love, doing things on a high level, we also want to know how we bring it down to us regular, normal people who can do it at home. And I can tell you, mouth taping is simple. You can do this at home. You don't need a coach to do this. It is, unless you have like some serious sinus or nasal congestion, which you need to go see your doctor about, because we are not doctors here. Please do not take our word as the medical gospel. Go see your doctor. But unless you have some serious issues, this is super simple. Really, really easy. So even Men's Health, Women's Health, and Harvard Health Publishing have all reported that nose breathing and mouth taping are gaining traction in both medical and wellness spaces. No, not just a trend, but as a legit strategy for better health. And we love our legit strategies here at Models Diet. So what are you guys thinking? Model it or bottle it? Hit me up. Let me see. What are you guys thinking right now? Are you still on the edge? Are you still, not sure? Now, as we love to talk about the benefits, and we love benefits, but what are the most controversial mouth taping discussions? Is it safe for everyone? Controversy. Many experts warn that mouth taping can be dangerous for people with undiagnosed sleep apnea, nasal obstructions, or certain mental health conditions, e.g., anxiety, PTSD. Proponents like Dr. Mark Burnham, DDS, author of The 8 Hour Sleep Paradox, argue that it can retrain dysfunctional breathing and improve oral health if done correctly. American Academy of Sleep Medicine cautions against DIY mouth taping due to potential risk for people with sleeping disordered breathing. ENT specialists like Dr. Raj Dasgupta, MD pulmonologist, often emphasize the need for medical evaluation before attempting it. I can understand these are all, I mean, this is not actually something that I want to call controversial. This is just simple, like common sense. If you know you have health issues or breathing issues, you should go see someone before you do or embark on certain or any of these self-care routines. It's always helpful to make sure that you get the backing of your medical professional. Does it actually improve sleep and oxygenation? Biohackers and influencers claim mouth taping boosts REM sleep. And that's what I have on my on that app. It's called REM sleep. So that's what I've been tracking for, I don't know, last couple years. So biohackers and influencers claim mouth taping boosts REM sleep, reduces snoring, and improves oxygen levels, but scientific research is limited and mixed. A 2022 study in healthcare on patients with mild obstructive sleep apnea showed slight improvement in snoring, but no major change in oxygen saturation. But for me, all I care about is the snoring. I need the snoring part. This is what I'm into it for. I want to stop snoring. I want to be a girl again. Ah! Most clinical trials are small and lack long term data. Influencer trend versus medical advice. TikTok and Instagram made mouth taping viral, but some doctors are concerned about it being promoted without enough clinical context. The New York Times and Washington Post have published articles questioning the trend's popularity on social media and its potential risk for impressionable followers. The TikTok hashtags like mouth taping have millions of views despite little regulation or guidance. Mouth taping for beauty and weight loss. Some influencers claim mouth taping improves facial symmetry, reduces double chin, and even adds in weight loss by stimulating nasal breathing related hormones. I'm gonna be honest with you, this so-called controversy does not seem very controversial. I don't see where they're not saying, when you watch when you watch a commercial and it's one of those pharma commercials and they're telling you a list of side effects. Do you hear that here? I don't hear that here. I feel like they're just pulling shit out of their ass, trying to figure out. So far, I have not heard anything to cause alarm, so we're still here. While nasal breathing can activate the parasympathetic system, there's no conclusive data supporting direct aesthetic or metabolic changes. But if people are doing it on Instagram, I feel like on TikTok and Instagram, I have seen people who've been doing it and their jawlines really did change. So that's not really hypothetical. That's actually real. Pediatric mouth taping. Now, my bestie from college, my college roommate, is a pediatric dentist. And I should have probably asked her this before I did this episode. But some parents are now trying mouth taping for kids with ADHD based on claim that it improves sleep and behavior. This is highly controversial and condemned by many pediatricians. So I have to ask my friend who's a pediatric dentist if this is a thing. The American Academy of Pediatrics strongly advises against any form of mouth taping in children due to the risk of suffocation and lack of research. Dr. Shelby Harris, a sleep psychologist, has spoken out about the dangers of this trend for children. This is where I say, I don't know. Children, depends on the age, and I would definitely have to have some type of medical doctor approval, support, taping some child's mouth. Sounds a little abusive, sounds a little weird, but I will say, when I tried this, I was fine. It was gentle, it was soft, it was nothing that I had anticipated. I can see how it could be safe for children, but like I said, it was not bad. I had to be honest, it wasn't bad at all. And I slept pretty well. And my husband said I did not snore. But I have to tell you, when I rolled over and I had the lips on my mouth, my husband looked like, what the hell is going on? What's happening here? But he slept through the night because I slept through the night. Why is sleep the real superpower? Why is sleep so powerful? You know, I think we underestimate the power of sleep. But with all the controversy, let's talk about it. Because if you're trying to build a lean, strong body, but you're not sleeping 7 to 9 hours of high quality rest every night, you're basically trying to fill a bathtub with an open drain. Yikes. I mean, my sleep hadn't been good for quite some time. So this is something that I think is right up my alley and that I'm going to continue. Sleep impacts muscle recovery, fat loss, hormone regulation, mental focus, cravings and metabolism, emotional regulation. There's just so many things that sleep affects. If you're having problems, I think this is like a simple, easy way to try and solve them. Skin health, it's the foundation, not the cherry on top. And here at Miles Diet, we are always looking for the inside out, strength inside. How do we make sure that we are finding a viable long-term solution? So how do you start mouth taping without freaking out? Use medical grade sleep strips. Look for ones that are breathable and skin safe. Brands like, well, you know what? We'll just link it down below for you guys. Some brands that we think might be, good for you to try out. I can show you the ones that I tried. No pressure, find your own, ask your doctor, but do your due diligence, do your research, and find something that really works for you. Start small. Place a short vertical strip in the center of your lips. Don't completely seal your mouth right away. Get used to the feeling. Practice during the day. Maybe not, maybe don't try it at night. I mean, I just jumped right in. I'm still here talking to you right now, so I'm still alive and well, and it was a great experience. But if you're a little apprehensive, try it for 30 minutes while watching TV to train your body to feel safe with it, so you don't have to worry. You're alert, you're not asleep, and you'll see. Clear your nose. Now, I did not do this last night, but I probably should have do it. I'm going to do it tonight. Use saline spray or a neti pot before bed. You'll only feel comfortable mouth taping if your nose is clear, and I believe that. Although I will say my nose had been the clearest last night while it was taped, and I felt really good. Pair it with breath work before bed. Try 4-7-8 breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8 to calm your system. So here we are. Drum roll. Is it a model it or bottle it? Here we go. Drum roll. Is it a model it or bottle it? Let's get to the real tea. Should you model mouth breathing or throw it in the trash can with the rest of the bad diets and self-care routines? I'm giving this one a big fat model it. Absolutely. I loved it. I thought it was great. I don't want to snore anymore, so I'm going to give this one an actual model it try. Because sis, this is cheap, easy, science-backed, and honestly, kind of genius. It's not about being trendy. It's about training your body to recover better. And this is what Models Diet is all about. You don't need a fancy gym membership to start this. Just a $5 roll of tape and a willingness to look a little silly for better energy, digestion, skin, and vibes. And hopefully your marriage and relationship will survive the weird looks you're going to get from your partner. So that wraps it up, y'all. Mouth taping might be a new hot trick, but you know what? I want to hear from you. Let me know. Would you model this? Did you love it? When you get a chance, please subscribe and rate us on Apple, Spotify. And by the way, I'm always telling you to subscribe on Apple and Spotify. When you know what? We're not even on Apple or Spotify yet. We have been exclusively on YouTube until next week. We will be on Apple, Spotify, and I believe Pandora, maybe. It's another one that I can't think of right now, but I'll get back to you and let you know what it is. Because I'm getting a new website and it's on my website and it's not live yet, but it will be live soon. Next week, you can go ahead and hear us audio because we don't have audio up yet. But for right now, keep watching us on YouTube. Like us, subscribe, comment. We love you guys. Until next time, cello, G-string unit. We out.